They really, I mean, it's kind of funny when you think about it. Like people are like, Sidney needs to be in Scream 6. It's like
Uh-huh.
you just want to put more pain on that character. Let her be happy.
Yeah.
Let her go.
Seriously.
Let her survive. Like
Yeah.
let her. We have Hayden Panettiere now. Okay, we'll just follow her for a couple
Hmm.
movies. We'll traumatize her.
Yeah.
Let Sidney have her family.
Shout out to my Kermit the Frog glass.
Woo! Is that orange juice?
No, it's just egg yolk.
You're doing the Rocky style.
Yeah, dude.
It's been a while. It's been
Yeah, dude.
we missed the entire month of May.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of stuff
Yeah.
happened in that month, which was cool.
Yeah. No, I went to LA and I saw Elijah for a few days.
Yep. It was
We
a
went
little
to a festival.
yeah, a little history of popcorn employee getaway.
Yeah.
So met up with Blanca. Little
Uh-huh.
anyone that's been no, I guess that's not true. But the three of us, yeah, we all ended up meeting up and having a little retreat, quote unquote. Got food,
Yeah.
went to Dave and
Yeah.
Buster's.
Yeah. We had fun.
It was
It
pretty fun. It was pretty fun. Yeah.
was definitely the most wild I've ever seen. I've ever seen Elijah. And it was a treat to see.
Yeah. That's like that only happens like maybe 3 or 4 times a year, maybe 3 times a year.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. And that was one of those times. It was a music festival. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the music festival was definitely a highlight. Shout out to the Hypes because
The
I think that
hives were
was
the best.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and I agreed. That was because I forget the lead singer's name, but he just sounds so much like Mitch Hedberg. Every single thing that he was doing was great. I was gonna mention the Uber thing, but then I was like, it's probably best we just pretend that never even happened.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My phone died at the end of the night of the festival, and I just ordered an Uber. And then Justin's phone was not getting connection in our area, so we couldn't find a ride. And then how long was that? Was that like 2 hours of us waiting after the
Dude,
festival?
yeah, we tried leaving at like 10 and we didn't get back to Elijah's until like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was insane.
Yeah. And it wasn't in like a good way. It was like
No.
finally we found a car that was just pulled over, this private SUV. And he's like, oh yeah, I have a client that I have to pick up here. And he wasn't an Uber. He's like,
Yeah.
but I'll let you charge your phone. So he let me charge my phone finally. And the first Uber that I ordered in the first place was parked waiting for us. And when we show up to
For
that
2
Uber,
hours.
he was waiting that whole time. And when we finally found him, there was another dude sitting in the front seat who was like, I thought it was our driver's translator because our driver couldn't really speak English like at all. Like he had very broken English. So I was like, oh, they're connected. But then he's like, where are you guys going? The guy in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
I get, yeah.
trying to go with
like,
us.
we're going home. He's like, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with you guys. And we're like, I don't know about this. So we had to kick him out. But it was one of those situations that was just got worse and worse. And then we're like,
Yeah.
who's this guy? It was a night.
Yeah.
But I still have my bracelet from Dave and Buster's, my reward.
Oh, nice.
I'll wear this
Nice.
right now. Just break my thumb to get it on. All right.
Yeah, dude, David Buster's was fucking fun. But yeah, no, that guy in the Uber, he was like, at the time it was like so like uncool, but now like looking back at it, every single time I tell people about it, I'm like, okay, that was pretty funny. But at the time I was not having. I yelled at the dude too. I was like, dude, respectfully.
Yeah.
The fuck out.
We were like, tolerated it for like a minute or two, and then we were like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. You're gonna have to get out.
This isn't working.
Because he started to call his friends and he started like arguing with his friends on the phone. He's like, where'd you guys go? He's like, we're not dealing with this too. So we just told him to get out. I hope that guy's okay, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
He's probably okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I'm just gonna pretend we never went anywhere and that this is episode 47 of History of Popcorn. I think we're on 47. Yeah. Episode 47. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I guess we're back for another weekly episode. If you don't know what History of Popcorn is, consider this your secret public movie club. We are a podcast that celebrates all things film We give you the latest industry news as fresh or organic as we can. We also do reviews and we revisit films that we want when we want.
Yes.
Classics like in Disney Channel original movies, which we haven't done in probably a long time. We should probably do one of those soon.
Almost a year.
Yeah, it's been like almost a year since we did the last one, it seems like.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do an episode every week. If you notice any snap, crackles, or pops, it's because we do our sessions on Zoom. We have one in-person episode, but hopefully we do another one soon.
Yes.
But for now, we're on Zoom, so bear with us and hang in there, I guess. I don't know what else to say, but we are your hosts. I'm Elijah.
I'm Justin.
And now you can differentiate our voices if you don't have the visual episode. But if you're watching on YouTube, cool. If you're listening, that's also cool.
Well, hopefully when I move into my new spot, the Wi-Fi will be better.
So before I get into the things that I have for the episode, has anything crossed your mind or has anything caught your attention, I should say, in the last month off the top of your head or recently?
I recently finished, it's not really not have to do with movies, but I just recently finished season 3 of Barry, which is absolutely amazing. And like seriously one of the greatest shows of all time. And Bill Hader, I think, is going to go on to direct some fucking awesome things. Because my God, like this entire season has been insane. And Henry Winkler too is just blown me away. But that's pretty much consumed me. Because like I said, I hate watching shows in real time because now I'm just like wondering, I just want the next season already.
You're a binger?
I'm impatient. Yeah, I'm a major binger. Oh my God. Just everything about it's so good. It's consumed my life. I'm addicted to it.
Yes, Barry is a very good season so far from beginning to end. It seemed like this could have been the last season, but they renewed it for a 4th season. So it's like, how? That's like an ending.
I know. I know.
The way it ends is kind of like an ending in a lot of ways, but I guess not even, I guess, like you said in your review, there's no way to tell where this is going to go this new season. We don't know if it's going to be the last season either, but it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild.
Anyways, that's what consumed my life for the past 24 hours.
I love it. That's a good one to be involved with. I would recommend that show to people. But I guess we will get right into the movie news now.
Let's do it.
This one is a little troubling. I know it's been so long, but this one's troubling news because as most of you guys know, we are big fans of the Scream franchise. And this broke a couple weeks ago that Neve Campbell, Sidney Prescott, our Scream queen of the Scream series, is not returning for Scream 6. And it is very bizarre. According to Deadline is where it first broke, was that actually, Deadline broke the news, but it was at a convention, a horror convention, that a fan asked her if she was returning. And she said, this is what she said. The direct quote is, "Sadly, I won't be making the next Scream film. As a woman, I have had to work extremely hard in my career to establish my value, especially when it comes to Scream. I felt that the offer that was presented to me did not equate to the value I have brought to the franchise," which is true. She's the main character. She's also said that it's been a very difficult decision to move on. And to all my Scream fans, I love you. You've always been so incredibly supportive to me, and I'm forever grateful to you and what this franchise has given me over the past 25 years. So it sounds like they just didn't offer her enough money for what she was going to do, but there's a lot more story developing behind it of whether or not it was just going to be a cameo and a small amount of money. But I don't know what the negotiations were, if there were any negotiations at all, because I feel like a studio would be smart enough to be like, all right, we'll give you more then. But I feel like they're just like, no, which is really weird.
No, I agree. She's like the star of this franchise, and you're not gonna like give her the proper amount of money that she deserves. The respect, it's a respect thing. It's like I totally like agree. I mean, like, who knows? Like, because like the rest of the like they can't be spending all that much money because Scream is it's such a small franchise. You know, it's not like
Right.
there haven't ever been like these crazy special effects or anything like that. It's all pretty grounded. The budget was only 24 million, and that's nothing compared to now. Like what movies are like, especially like these legacy movies, like they spend fucking so much more than that. It's like, why not just give her a little bit more? What are you guys doing in this franchise that's going to be so big that like you can't
Mhm.
pay the main star? You know, I wonder what
Do you-
Courtney Cox is going to do about it.
yeah, because she's already signed on. I don't know. No one. I don't think
She's
she's put
probably
out.
taking most of the money.
True.
Honestly, she
That's
probably
probably
has
true.
a big paycheck.
She's probably in way more of it though, too, because there's also rumors
Yeah.
that there's rumors that Neve Campbell was supposed to just show up for a cameo, basically, or like one big scene to set up the next
Mhm.
movie. So
Hmm.
the movie's still
Which I
going
mean,
forward. They're shooting it right now, and
uh-huh.
set photos are being released, and it's a big deal. I think to me that the new location is that it's out of Woodsboro and it's now in New York, which I think is going to be pretty cool because we've never seen Scream in New York.
Yeah.
We've seen Scream in LA and Scream in it's all been in California. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to
Yeah.
see it be in a new city.
Yeah. I mean, like, I I I wasn't a big fan of the last one. So
Mhm.
like honestly, like I hope they improve on it. And honestly, too, like if Nev Campbell doesn't come back, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing because she's done her thing. You know, she's done
Yeah,
her part. It's
yeah,
like what like I don't want to hear her say the same lines again because that's what basically like everything that they did in Scream 5, they already did in Scream 4, but Scream 4 somehow did it better. And I'm not even a big fan of Scream 4. Same
yeah.
a lot. So like,
Mhm.
you know, like I don't know. So I mean, like if she does, then like cool. But honestly, like I'm not really looking forward to like any more screams because my favorite character is not going to be there anymore. So
Yeah,
I'm
I could see
yeah.
that. I mean, that's why I was going to ask you, do you think Scream 6 is in trouble? But it seems like they have some sort of plan. And Courtney
Uh-huh.
Cox's Gail Weathers is a big part of it. So we'll see what that means. I mean, she is the reporter in New York. That's where she's based.
Right.
So
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Like, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people and the movie it made a shit ton of money, so like who knows where this franchise is gonna go.
Mhm.
But
There's
it's fine. And I also just don't like find I find the new characters like not very interesting at all too. So
yeah.
I don't really
After
know. I don't
after
know.
watching it again, I was just like, it's not up there. Like I like Scream 4 more than I like Scream 5.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Same.
I don't know what to expect out of this new one. We're gonna get an all-star cast. There's already what's his name, Thurmont Maroney or something's attached as a cop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like I don't know what they could do, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I really don't. But we'll see when they start announcing actors because they're shooting it now in
Yeah.
Montreal to make it look like New York. I
Interesting.
don't know. I'm we're gonna get into Scream, and it's apparently gonna be okay because they had a script that involved no Sidney Prescott, and it's able to continue. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Well, there wasn't a lot of Cindy in this new one too.
Yeah, I think it's like they really. I mean, it's kind of funny when you think about it. Like people are like, Sydney needs to be in Scream 6. It's like
Uh-huh.
you just want to put more pain on that character. Let her be happy.
Yeah.
Let her go.
Seriously.
Let her survive. Like
Yeah.
let her. We have Hayden Panettiere now. Okay, we'll just follow her for a couple
Hmm.
movies. We'll traumatize her.
Yeah.
Let Sydney have her family. I don't
Which
know.
another thing about
Funny.
Scream 5, which is just like the weirdest, like I didn't even catch it until I was watching this video on it.
Mhm.
Cindy ended up marrying the cop from
Yeah,
Scream
Patrick
3,
Dempsey.
Patrick
Yeah.
Dempsey.
Yeah, I mean he was the one with the popcorn, so they're all friends, I guess.
Yeah, no, I thought that was so weird. I thought that was such a weird plot point.
I
But or it
yeah,
wasn't even a plot point, just a weird a character thing. I got I don't know.
The directors even came out and they're like, Sidney's talking to someone. This refers to her husband, Mark. Is that? And they're like, yeah, that's the one from Scream 3. It's like, okay, happily ever after, right. I guess. Happily. Why wasn't he in the movie? Where was he? Why didn't he come? He was a cop. I guess he's watching the kids. But
that's a good point really too. It is.
He's just gone.
That's a great point. Like, he's a cop. He's fully capable. He knows there's a lot of, hey, maybe these are answers that will be, or questions that'll be answered in specific.
Yeah.
Neve Campbell doesn't come back, but Patrick Dempsey does.
Yeah, that would be really funny. Yeah, where's Sidney? We called Sidney. Oh, she's babysitting. She's watching the kids. I was watching the kids last time, and she's watching the kids this time. We're good parents. We switch off on double duty.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect from Scream 6. I'm still a Scream person. I still like it. I think there's redemption. Like, I don't know. Scream 6 was really messy. Hopefully, or Scream 5 was really messy. Hopefully, Scream 6.
I was just gonna say, what do you think they're even gonna call this one? Since Scream 5 is technically Scream, so are they gonna start doing subtitles?
Scream in New York? I don't know. Screams with an S.
See, that's what they should
just do. The alien thing.
You and I had said that. That's what they should have named this last one. They should have called it Screams, and then it could have the 5, and then it wouldn't be like that weird. Because some people are calling it 5 Cream.
Yeah, 5 Cream. Yeah, a lot of merchandise.
It's just weird. Just weird. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
No, dude. If they call it Scream in New York, I think I might.
It's very much like Jason Takes New York, of like Friday the 13th level or something.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it's called? Jason.
Well, no, Jason
Manhattan.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, like, there's the Muppets Take Manhattan.
This is the same movie, no?
Yeah.
So there's a sequel that I am kind of hopeful for, but I'm kind of worried about. I'm okay. I think it'll be okay without Sidney. It's just, how are they?
I think so too.
I mean, they're kind of working her way out anyway, because she barely did anything in the last movie except be like, oh, this is, I know what's going on, and that's about it.
Yeah, this is happening again.
Yeah. None of the legacy characters except Dewey needed to be in that movie. So.
Yeah, 100%. Dewey was the best part.
Yeah, Dewey forever.
I never thought David Arquette could save the Scream franchise.
Exactly. Yeah. So we have another sequel that is going around the social medias and is unofficially announced. We don't know if it's actually being made, but there's a script officially for a Joker sequel called Joker Folie à Deux, which translates to The Madness of Two. Todd Phillips, the director of the first one and from the Hangover trilogy, posted a photo of Joaquin Phoenix reading the script, and it broke the internet for a few days. And now we have more news about it, that Lady Gaga might be in negotiations to join the movie. And there's a lot of theories, and it's pretty obvious that she would play Harley Quinzel, either the therapist or eventually become Harley Quinn in this movie, because it's called The Madness of Two. And it also broke that it might end up being a musical, which in my head, I don't know. That's one of the bizarre things, is like, you don't know what you're going to expect now that that's out there, that it might be a musical. It makes sense that they would approach Lady Gaga, but I'm kind of getting tired of her music integration of everything that she's done. Every movie she's in, it's integrated with music as well. She recently did the music or end credit or like big finale song for Top Gun 2. And it is one of the corniest songs I've ever heard. And like when it plays out live in the movie, it's like the last song ever. It's called Take My Hand. And that's like the first line of the song. It says, take my hand or something. And it's literally when Tom Cruise takes the hand of another person. And that's when the cues, I'm like, are you joking? This is one of the worst. That's like one of the worst songs. Like, I just was upset that Lady Gaga did that. It was so on the nose. Because she apparently joined late in production too. Like originally, this was also on the nose for Top Gun 2. The people who were going to do the music before was 21 Pilots, which is very, very on the nose for Top Gun, a movie about pilots. Like,
I bet you money they didn't even listen to their music.
yeah,
just
they
got
got
them just for
fired.
that, and then they listened to it. Yeah, and they're like, "Oh
Mhm.
no, this isn't the sound that we want." That's funny.
So they went with Lady Gaga.
I don't mind the Lady Gaga. I don't even mind that they're doing a sequel to Joker, because Joaquin Phoenix is such a great actor that I think that if he signed on, then that means there's something special about the script that he.
I don't even think he's fully signed on. I think he just read the script too. That's what I'm reading.
But I mean, but I don't think he would. I don't think him and his agents would allow Todd Phillips to post a picture without it being like it's most likely going to happen. But who knows? Things can fall apart. But the thing that I really just don't like, even with me having trust in Joaquin Phoenix, is it being a musical. I think that's fucking weird, and I think that's a dumb idea. I think that is a really, really dumb, bizarre idea, and I don't know how I can't see that working unless it was just like musically driven, like there are songs, but they're not like busting out into song. It's like they're like I don't know, but I don't like that idea. I don't like that idea at all. I think that sounds like a really, really weird and cheesy direction to go on. But the Lady Gaga, Joaquin Phoenix as Joker and Harley Quinn in that world too, like in that different DC world that's not the three other DC worlds. I can dig that. I mean, like I could see that working. But like the first Joker is one of those movies where like when I first saw it, I fucking loved it. And the second time I saw it, I was seeing like the flaws here and there. And then the more and more I sat and just watched, like I thought about it, and like when I watched it again, like the third or fourth time, I was like, this movie, it's really good because of Joaquin Phoenix. But if he wasn't there, the dialogue is pretty fucking cheesy, and like this shit is so on the nose. And I think it's because Todd Phillips is a director when it comes to that kind of material. He's just not subtle at all, and all of his movies aren't subtle because he's a comedy director. But Joker especially, like there are parts in it where I'm like, do we really need that? But so yeah, the idea of him doing a Joker musical, I think that's a very, very bizarre, weird direction to go on. But who knows? I could be wrong. And the movie made $1 billion and was an Oscar hit, so I can see. Of course,
they want they want more of that.
Yeah, I'm sure they would let them do it too. I do like that title though,
The Madness of Two.
But goddamn, dude, DC, Jesus Christ, I just don't know if I have the strength for them anymore. Especially Ezra Miller kidnapping young girls and going rogue, going missing. He's really fucking shit up. Yeah,
that's so strange.
Dude, that movie. The only way I think that they are going to be able to release The Flash is if they go back and the opening scene, they kill off that Ezra Miller's Flash. They wipe out all the stuff that he did, and they completely reshoot it. I know it's probably going to be millions and millions of dollars, but that's the only way that's going to make their money back. Nobody's going to go see The Flash.
The Flash has like the worst luck because he's my favorite DC character, and I was like, there's just no way this is going to happen, and it looks like it's almost like it shouldn't happen, but there's no way. There's absolutely no, he's in so much shit right now, because at this point, like, he isn't just fucking up his own life, he's fucking up like a lot of people's like jobs and stuff. Like I can't imagine most of those people that were working on The Flash just being like, are you kidding me? What is this? Like I can relate with this because I went through something like that. It's like it ruins it for everyone. This is why we can't have nice things. Exactly. It's just because of one person's shitty decisions. And like, I don't even know how they're gonna how are they even gonna do a press tour? Is Michael Keaton gonna be doing it now? Michael Keaton's gonna be doing the whole thing. They should what they should do is they should call it Flashpoint, take out all of his scenes, hire a new guy to be the Flash. That would be more expensive than just not putting the movie out too. But I feel like that it would make more money, because if they go
just like how they did with all the money in the world. If you
It's
go
not
to
the
that
same
length, people are
situation.
going to appreciate your movie more and support. I know, but the
Right.
people are going to
Because
be, I think people will turn out more. If Warner Bros. Just ignores it and there's kind of like, well, he's just not going to do the press tour, we're still going to release the movie. No one's going to see that movie. I mean, like, I am, because I'm curious. I want to see Michael Keaton as Batman.
yeah, there's
But
other actors in the
like,
movie too that I'm excited
he's
for.
there are 3 different Ezra Miller
Yeah,
flashes.
there's 3 Ezra Millers in that movie.
There are too many. Like, no one wants to see one. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I would either just bury the movie, it's like completely, or I would do what I said. I would like, because with the technology now too, like, I don't know, I would just go like full on, just like, because they did this, a similar thing happened with Back to the Future. Not as expensive, of course, but they shot half of that movie, and then they fired Eric Stoltz and they got Michael J. Fox, and they used most of the scenes, like, and they just kind of just like did some good old movie magic. I don't know, there has to be something, because if they don't do anything about it, then they're fucked, and it's all Ezra's fault. That selfish son of a bitch.
I'm at that point where I don't think there's anything they can do except release it at this point, because that
When is it
is a
supposed to come
lot.
out?
That's making 2 movies next year, but that's making 2 entire movies of that level of DC. That's like, that's a lot. It's not like when it's not like All the Money in the World, because that character that got replaced was only in like a scene or 2, and they shot the whole thing in a day. This is an
Right.
entire movie with the actor playing multiple parts,
Yeah.
because he has a different universe versions of him. It's great. I don't know what to expect.
Isn't it?
If
Isn't it
anything,
such,
they just end the movie with him like, I don't know how it goes, but at the very end, he somehow has to change his appearance and be like, oh, I was Ben Affleck, now I'm Michael Keaton, sort of thing. Like, I guess I'll deal with how I look
right?
now. I don't know. I don't know what they could do. You pull a Doctor Who
I
situation where they acknowledge that, oh yeah, okay, I physically changed. That's okay. Now live with it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
That's,
know.
yeah, man. It's so fascinating. It really honestly is, and not in like not in a good way. Like, it's just fascinating. Like, I feel so bad for like, for all these people that
Mhm.
are working on this movie, and like, I don't feel bad for Ezra Miller, but there's clearly something's fucking going on with him,
Yeah.
and they probably most likely are just going to drop it on HBO Max and just
Yeah. I could see that.
take the
That's
bullet.
a solution too. Is like, we'll just,
Yeah. I literally just thought about that. Like, that's like, they'll probably just do that and take the bullet, take the heat, and just be like, hey, look, sorry guys, we don't know
with
what
a
else to do with
disclaimer in
this.
the
So
beginning, like all this was shot before we knew anything.
guarantee,
Very, like, I've
guarantee.
never seen that in a movie, of a disclaimer about the actor, but they
Uh,
could do that and be like, this is a disclaimer. If you are
yeah.
triggered by this person who is reckless, and
Hmm.
just be aware, we were not aware. I don't know what you would do.
Well,
I
it's
don't know.
also like, I've never seen anything like this happen, where it's like, in this kind of franchise, like, there's been plenty of movies where some, like, Army Hammer had some movies and stuff, and Kevin Spacey did too, but like, this is like, so, because this movie's so, it's a superhero movie. It's like if Tom Holland was doing any of this shit, and then the new Spider-Man just came out, it's like, what, I don't know, like, I really don't know. I kind of feel bad for Warner Bros. It's like, what do you guys even
Yeah.
do, like,
Yeah.
besides
It's
just
really
dump?
testing the limits of separating the art and artist. It's like, ugh,
Oh yeah.
I'm still going to feel weird about it
Yeah.
though. It's one of
And
those
yeah, when
situations that you can't really look past. Once you find out about it, you can't
uh-huh.
unsee it in anything. Like,
Yeah.
I was watching the Secrets of Dumbledore, which Ezra Miller's in. I was just like, this isn't okay. This isn't okay anymore.
Right. Yeah. But it's just super weird. And it's just, you feel duped. You feel like you've been played, you've been conned,
Mhm.
and something like what fucking Ezra Miller's doing, where he's literally playing a superhero, but he's being a real life supervillain, kidnapping
Mhm.
little girls and fucking attacking people in Hawaii. I just can't do that.
Yeah.
It's just a little tough for me to swallow that. If it does release on HBO Max, I'm probably just gonna watch the Batman stuff, and then I'll like the other stuff. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can watch him, because he just freaks me out. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Anyways.
That's supposed to come out next year, sometime 2023. We'll see what they do. They've got some time to think about it. They have a lot of time to think about it.
Just
Maybe
all
they
of
will
DC
reshoot
right
it,
now.
but who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's gonna be a plan. Like, it's goddamn. I just feel bad for all of DC because it's just, or just DC fans in general. Like, it's just so confusing with this new Joker, sequel to Batman, and then all this bullshit. And
Amber Heard
like,
and Aquaman too.
Yeah, dude. Oh my! I totally forgot about that too.
So much.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I don't even know if she's going to be in the sequel anymore because they cut her down so low to the point where she was cut out of all of the action scenes for the sequel. So she might just be in like one scene to explain why she's not in the movie or where she is or something. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what's going to happen. I think that's a lot easier though to deal with than what's going on with The Flash. So yeah, there's DC for you. Started with this Joker sequel. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks because there's a lot of people talking about this sequel now. Let's go from DC to Marvel. They officially announced the Spider-Verse villains, which is exciting because they are two very good actors. We got the Vulture is going to be voiced by Yorma Tacone from the Lonely Islands. So good for him. That's going to be very interesting. And they also got Jason Schwartzman attached as the Spot. Sorry, comic book fans. His name is the Spot. But they released that, which is exciting, which means they're getting further along in their process. And I'm excited because those are good actors. And I'm excited to see there's voice acting, but still, that's important to be talented.
Is that for the sequel that's coming out or for the third one?
That's for the sequel, the Across the Spider-Verse. And then there's Beyond the Spider-Verse after that. Who knows what Beyond the Spider-Verse will be? Maybe it'll be half live action, half animated. That'd be insane.
Ooh, it would be insane. I think it'll be just as good as the first one. I don't know if it'll quite top it, but I mean, like, that's a pretty awesome team that they got there. Because that first movie is seriously one of my favorite movies of all time, especially animated.
It's very good. Just in general too. It's up there with just non-animated too. Like some people are like, that's my favorite animated movie, but like, that's like up there with my favorite movies, like all time. Because there's like, it had that feeling of like, oh my god, like a first time feeling was when I saw it.
And I think it's great. I think it's a genius movie. Love it.
It is. So I'm excited to see more casting news about that. Just they always seem to pick the best talent, and it's holding up because I like all the people that are attached so far. So yeah, there's that very small bit of news. We also have another sequel that we officially got the news for. We made a lot of jokes about this, of what they would call the Knives Out sequel. And we called it Spoons Out. I don't know, cutlery, anything cutlery related was probably said, but the Knives Out sequel finally has a title and a logo, and it's coming out this year. It says this holiday season. What is the Knives Out sequel title, Justin? Do you remember?
I don't. Is it like Green Onion or something like that? I already forgot.
Glass Onion.
Glass Onion. I said Green Onion. That was close. Glass Onion. Yeah. I think that's weird. I mean, like, it's kind of cool, like, that he's really treating it like, who's the author?
Agatha Christie. Yeah,
really treating it like novel, like those kind of novels where it's like there are different titles and stuff, which is kind of cool. I feel like having it being called a Knives Out mystery isn't really all that bad, but it's on Netflix, so that's why it's like, why does it even matter if it's called Glass Onion? Because it's going to be on Netflix and people are going to know about it. And it's such a great cast too that people don't even really need to. It seems like you don't even need to watch Knives Out to
you probably don't at all.
Yeah, it's probably a completely different thing. So that's why that's just an odd. It's just Netflix being stupid as usual, probably. Yeah, this cast is crazy. Janelle Monáe, Catherine Hahn, Leslie Odom Jr., Kate Hudson.
I mean, Edward Norton did it. We all know Edward Norton did it. He's the murderer.
Yeah.
We actually don't know if it's going to be a murder though. Like Glass Onion, it seems like it's going to be about, like, Knives Out is kind of about an heirloom, but not really. I think Glass Onion is going to be about an heirloom but it's pretty interesting. I feel like the title has layers to it, pun intended, of onion, but it's going to be like a
100%.
transparent
Nah.
layers. Like, I don't know. I think it's going to have a really cool meaning in context. Like Knives Out, I think, did that too with it being one of the lines of being like, all your knives are out or something, or all the knives are out or something. Like everyone's revealed their weapons or their their motives. But yeah, I'm excited. I trust Ryan Johnson. I like The Last Jedi as a movie. I don't know. I have nothing against Ryan Johnson, like a lot of people in fandom do because of Star Wars and stuff.
Yeah, no, you can't knock the man down for one faulty.
Some would say faulty. Some say.
Yeah, I love Ryan Johnson. Brink is still great. Knives Out was one of the biggest surprises I've ever seen, because with one of the greatest casts as well. And Daniel Craig is just fucking amazing. And he's like Daniel Craig has been making a lot of good decisions, especially like as he's been doing like James Bond, like with that one Logan Lucky. He was hilarious in that. Oh, dude, you would love that movie. He doesn't even look like. I'm surprised he wasn't nominated for an Oscar, because he was so fucking funny in that movie and just unrecognizable.
He also made the right decision of not being in Doctor Strange 2, because he was originally going to be in it and they replaced him.
Oh yeah.
He dodged a bullet there. I did not like that movie.
Yeah. Dude, it says here that to reprise his role, because there's gonna be multiple ones of these movies.
Yeah, there's two.
Daniel Craig is gonna be paid more than $100 million. That's insane.
They should put Scream 6 on Netflix. Get Sidney Prescott back. Nope, they could afford that.
Yeah, Netflix, I guess, is.
That's why they went broke. Netflix went broke. Like Netflix is going broke.
Well, yeah.
But speaking of them being reckless with spending money, they now have just announced that they're doing a reality show of a real Squid Game with 468 contestants in real life. And the cash prize is $4.68 million. So it's a real life Squid Game that they're doing. And they're like, we're losing all this money, but we're going to give away all this money too and spend a lot on the world's biggest reality show. It's like,
also,
we'll see. We'll see how long they last.
Doesn't that just show us as a country though? That just shows how we are as a country, is that we're taking. They didn't understand
disturbing.
What the Squid Game was. Exactly. Yeah, this disturbing ass story about life or death, all for money. And us Americans are just
that's
like,
a good idea.
Yeah, why don't we just do that? It's like, how the hell are they gonna even do that? It's like those are some dangerous ass games that they're playing. And they're like, dude, that sounds like a splendid way for us to waste more money and make more money. Let's go. Like,
I don't know how they're going to make more money from that. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to draw in. I don't know what Netflix's deal is. Netflix,
they just
Warner Brothers, just need a tank. They're going to start tanking. I don't know what they're going to do.
Well, Netflix, do you think, is going to tank, because they're either going to have to do commercials and stuff and people are not going to like that, or they're going to it's going to be like really expensive to just have a Netflix account, which people are also going to be turned off on. But I don't know. I think it kind of seems like Netflix is going downhill, because don't they also have The Gray Man?
Yeah, that's supposed to be a franchise starting movie, and its budget was bigger than the Avengers, I think, which is
no
pretty
way.
Big. Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge budget. It's like 300 million.
It's a lot,
because it's a globe trotting. I don't know.
Oh my
it's a globe trotting movie. It takes place all over the world. Spy action movie. Lots of big actors from all over the world, including India or Bollywood actors. It's like the highest paid actors in every country are going to be in that movie.
Oh my god, dude.
That's what happens.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, what is the matter with them? Because you know what they should do is they should maybe start doing what Amazon does, where they release their movies in theaters, and then they can get
they
like
did
money
start
back.
doing that. They did start doing that a little bit,
but
only in select theaters. They don't. Yeah, they do select theaters, because That's where I saw Adam Sandler's Hustle. I saw it in theaters because I was like, I'm a big basketball fan. I want to see that and actually
That's a great
experience
movie.
it. But that's how I'm going to end the show too, is Hustle. But talking about, yeah, I think Netflix needs to have more wider releases, which they are probably going to plan to do. But they're doing
Yeah,
the
especially with
select
movies like
theaters for Oscar nomination contention because it has
right.
to have a theatrical run for it to be
Yeah.
for it to qualify for an Oscar. So
They should do it for these big ass movies because that's the only way they're gonna make their money back. And something like The Gray Man, like why not? Why wouldn't it make?
I actually think
budget back,
I think I have seen that they are going to start doing that. Is they're going to give these movies like 2 weeks in the theaters, like everywhere, and then come out on Netflix after that 2 weeks. And I'm pretty sure those are wide releases. So I think that's going to be one of those movies is The Gray Man. It comes out for 2 weeks and stays in theaters after those 2 weeks. But after 2 weeks, it's going to be on Netflix as well. So you have the options. It's not same day, but it's within that time frame, which could work. And I think that's one of the solutions that one of the solutions they're trying to have for their debt. I don't know if it's called debt, but for their decline in profit.
Yeah, the decline in profit. I mean, like look at the Batman. Like the Batman did that and it made its money back its opening weekend. And even when it was on HBO Max, people were still going to see it, you know, in theaters. Even The Matrix Resurrections, even though it didn't end up making all the money back. I knew a lot of people that went to go see that movie in the theater.
They preferred to see it in theater,
Yeah. So I mean, like that's just, I think this is the smart way to go because I've always been confused how they're making any sort of profit off of anything when it's that big of an investment. It's like, what are you really like I don't know. It's always confused me. It's always confused me.
I'm gonna end this episode with a question, kind of, but we talked about Hustle, Adam Sandler's Hustle, which is now on Netflix. It's the more serious side of Adam Sandler. It's less Happy Madison, more, what would you say? It's not as deep as Punch Drunk Love, but it's in the realm of seriousness of like, he's not telling jokes 24/7, you know? It's nowhere near grown-ups or anything.
It's like, it's Adam Sandler's Jerry Maguire, basically. It's like Rocky and Jerry Maguire had a baby because Rocky, it has that like, that underdog.
Montage motivation.
Yeah. And then Adam Sandler's character is a total Jerry Maguire, where he's like this desperate man who just wants so very badly to prove to himself that he has what it takes to be the man he's always wanted to be.
And you liked it, right? You liked Hustle?
I loved it. I thought it was great.
I was very skeptical. I wanted to like it, and I did like it. I was happy with the result. I watched it again when it came out on Netflix. It is good. And Adam Sandler, it seems like he's going in that direction of doing projects like that. Because we talked about a movie called Spaceman where he plays an astronaut that loses his mind in space. And I'm excited about that. And he's been more open in interviews and podcasts and stuff about him taking more serious roles. He announced that the Safdies are writing another script for him, which is exciting. Awesome. And so we're gonna get this Adam Sandler Renaissance. Yeah. But so we would both recommend Hustle, but I was gonna ask you, which actor would you want to break out of their typecast in the way that Adam Sandler has in these last couple of years? I mean, he's done it before earlier in his career with other movies, but he's doing it again as he matures as a human being because he's in his 50s now. 50s. And people are starting to look at him differently entirely because of the work he's done in the last 6 years. But what actor would you want to see break out of what they're known for?
That's a great question. I would say this is going to be a really random one, but I think it could happen. I'm going to say Cameron Diaz.
Oh yeah, take her out of retirement because she's technically retired.
Yeah. Well, take her out of her retirement and like because her last few movies, like the last like maybe like 5 years of her career, she was doing some really bad movies, and I think that she was like kind of just like phoning it in. But when she came out with Bad Teacher, that was like a glimpse of like, okay, this could be a new side
New
of
era.
her. And then she just kind of then it was like she started doing a lot more of just shitty comedies. But yeah, I want to see her like do something like kind of like fucked up, like be in a Safdie Brothers movie, you know?
Yeah, what was that movie she
Like
did
even
that
if
was
she's
by
not in it
was it
for,
Ridley Scott?
oh
Was it The
yeah, the
Counselor?
counselor.
I think
Yeah,
that
she
was one of the
wasn't that
movies
good in
that
that one.
broke her in that. Like, I think the last few
Yeah,
movies did her dirty in that way too, of like they didn't really like give her a depth of a character. They kind of
yeah,
sexualized all of her characters in the last few years.
100%,
And I mean, Bad Teacher
100%.
kind of broke out of that. She was less sexualized, but more vulgar, which from the humor,
Uh-huh.
which like you said was a little bit cool to see. But after
Yeah,
a while, I think she realized they don't really want me for me, and I think that's kind of sad. But I think that's my hypothesis or theory of why she would have retired, because yeah, those
yeah,
last few movies did not do her justice like they would have,
no,
especially with The Mask. If you look how they did her with The Mask, that's very
uh-huh,
similar, but that's like that's intentional because it's very cartoony and it
yeah,
works in that way. But over time, if you look at her career, it's kind of all kind of based on
yeah,
around that, if you actually think about it.
100%. Yeah, no, sadly. No, but I would love to just see her like in like a small part, like how kind of like how Jennifer Jason Leigh was in Good Time, which is a Safdie Brothers movie.
Mhm.
And she's like not in it all that long, but like her part in it, like it's memorizing, and you're just like, wow, Jennifer Jason Leigh, that's you fucking came out of nowhere. Where the fuck have you been?
Yeah, mine mine would have to be. I really want to see Sean William Scott do some stuff.
That's a great one. Yes,
He started to do some independent movies, like he plays a serial killer in one movie, which I want to see still. And
it's a bad
he's on
one.
TV, right? You saw it?
Yeah, I mean, like it's not a bad movie. It's like it's just it's hard to like. He's really good in it, but it's gruesome. It's a gruesome movie.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
also on TV right now. And he also just signed on to Becky 2, that Kevin James Nazi movie, Becky.
Oh,
They're doing a sequel to that,
oh no
Becky
way!
2, The Wrath of Becky, and Sean William Scott is attached to that. So
I
that's going to
like
be
that movie.
interesting.
That's another
I
one that
figured you'd like that news.
the violence is so fucked up in that movie. But I really like seeing Kevin James get stabbed in the eyeball.
Whoa,
There's
spoiler.
something satisfying about that. Oh, sorry. Have you
But
not seen
yes,
that movie?
I haven't seen it yet. I
Oh
heard a
my
lot about
God,
it though.
Elijah.
But
Yeah, it's fucked up.
yeah,
But
mine would
yeah,
be
no,
Sean
I
William
that's a
Scott.
great one. That's a fantastic one. I totally agree with you because it seemed like that because Goon I think is the best of his career. It's
Goon
his
is way
best
good.
character. Yeah,
Yeah.
Goon is one of my favorite movies. Like I've watched that movie so many fucking times. It's such a great movie. The
Mhm.
sequel did him dirty though.
Yeah, the
They just went
sequel's
straight.
not as good.
Well, they just went straight to like stupid, slappy comedy, and
Was
it's
that
just
written by Jay
it's
Baruchel?
written and directed. So I was so disappointed in him. I
Wow.
know, right?
He
You'd
did
think
both of
it'd
them,
be
didn't he?
something. Well, he wrote the first one, and Michael Dowse, who is a very interesting director. He's a Canadian director. Um, he's the one that directed the first one,
Mhm.
and Evan Goldberg as well. He wrote, who's Seth Rogen's partner. He
Mhm.
co-wrote the script with Jay Baruchel, which is the only time Evan Goldberg has gone solo in his entire career. So I think that there's just something magical about the first one and the combo of Sean William Scott wanting to like break free from that like the douchebag bro comedy stuff and be like a genuine, like that literally one of the most genuine characters
Mhm.
ever put on screen.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I thought like once he did that, like he was gonna steer towards like that direction, and then
Just
his
disappeared.
film. Well, no, he did movies that there was not good. Like Just Before I Go, the Courtney Cox directed movie where he wants to kill himself and he goes back to his hometown. It sounds like a good idea and like had this huge
Yeah, on
cast and
paper
Courtney
that sounds
Cox directed.
intriguing.
Yeah, but the movie you watch it's like, what is this tonal mess, dude?
Mm,
It's filmed like a sitcom and the acting is just all over the place. He's not bad in it, like he's good in it.
yeah.
Honestly, I think that he's been good in like pretty much everything that he's been in, you know.
He knows the
I
assignment.
Yeah.
You remember when they were trying to make him an action star in Bulletproof Monk? I love that
Oh
movie.
yeah. Oh
I
yeah,
thought
that
that was
movie's
so funny.
so The movie's so bad, but so funny. Yeah, I agree.
Every single action scene
I-
that he's in where he does kung fu or like any type of martial art, it's clearly not
Uh-huh.
him. It's like, okay,
Oh yeah,
he's just it's so funny though. It's like
yeah,
he pops up. Oh yeah, it's
dude. Yeah,
uh,
the editing in that movie. Those fucking early 2000s action movie edits are so fucking funny. They thought it was so cool back in the day. And like the techno music. It's so
any
bad
chance
now.
they
But
could.
it's still super fun to watch though. I can't deny that. And dude, no, he in the rundown, he's great in the rundown.
The rundown was amazing. I wish.
Yeah.
I that's one of I don't know if they could do a sequel now, but it would be really interesting. That was a
Yeah,
that was a really good one. That like
Well,
that was when I first started to realize what a cameo was, because in the very first scene, Dwayne Johnson's going through the nightclub and Arnold Schwarzenegger comes on. He's like,
yeah,
good luck with those guys. It's like, oh my god,
yeah.
that's a pretty good joke that I thought
Yeah.
worked really well and is probably only going to get better with time.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that movie's great. No, he's been in like I feel like he just needs to. You know what? Him and Cameron Diaz just need to star in something together.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And we need to write it. And it needs to be something like completely different.
Yeah, just give Jason Segel some redemption for Sex Tape too, and just put all three of them in a movie, because
Yeah.
Jason Segel's doing some good shit too.
Oh yeah, Windfall is still probably one of my favorite movies of the year.
Yeah, Windfall's on my list for this year. Or on my
That
list
and
for top 10.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers, which I never thought I would ever fucking say ever.
I
in
mean,
my
we
life.
were pretty hype about it after the trailer because
Oh yeah,
but it reaches those expectations too of like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's really good
Mhm.
hybrid. It's a good hybrid, and it's got one of the
Yeah.
best cameos I think
Elijah
I've
and I
ever seen
watched
from
that.
Tim Robinson.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think his name is.
Yes, yeah. No, Elijah
I
and
don't
I
want
saw
to
that movie
spoil it.
together, and yeah, no, there's one scene. There's a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
When Elijah and I were watching it, we were just like, "Oh my!" Like and it just kept on going. Like, how are they getting away with this? It's so fucking good. And what was that other movie that we saw? A fucked up movie.
Oh yeah, we saw Men.
Really
Alex
gross.
Garland's Men.
Oh, dude. Good God, dude. I got so much heat because I gave that movie 2 stars, 2 out of 5 stars on my, I do Instagram movie reviews. Got so much heat from this one person that was basically calling me stupid. Like, you just don't get it. You just don't get it. You probably like these like Marvel movies and stuff. And I was like, no, I don't. It's just obvious. It's just an obvious movie. Like the more and more I think about it, I'm like, the themes aren't that like intriguing, you know. It's like
it's all basically
obvious.
there. Yeah, it's all there. Like we were overthinking it at some point. We got our drinks and we were like sitting at the table just like trying to soak it in. We're like, we said this is what it's about, and we're like, well, maybe not. Yeah, no, we were like trying to make more of it than what it was. It's like we can't make more of it because that's what it was, and that's all there was. So
it seemed like I remember when Elijah and I were watching, like it's kind of spoilery, but I mean, like I don't really think it is, but there's just this shit that happens at the end where it just happens again and again and again and again. And I told Elijah, I was like, dude, if this happens one more time, and there were like people in the theater with us too, like everyone was like kind of laughing, like after the 4th time.
That's the response
like,
that you need to have with uncomfort. Like it's just like But yeah, I'm glad you got to experience the LA theaters because everyone is very verbal out there. They're very verbal about their movies.
Dude. The AMC commercial that really
Nicole
fucking threw me
Kidman
for a loop.
Yeah,
Dude, that really threw me off. Yeah, there's this. If you haven't seen it, I mean, it's like on
if you're
TV
on social media too.
But like people in LA in this theater that Elijah goes to, they see the AMC Nicole Kidman commercial, like they freak the fuck out. Like people, it was like
and laugh.
It was like watching Rocky Horror Picture Show, and people are like going along with it. They're saying like Nicole Kidman's lines.
You can hear people
they're acting like
it.
I never knew that commercial had a huge cult following in LA, but I guess that's totally like, but that's
funny.
I mean, it doesn't mean it's not really that much of a shocker though, because like LA is like, you know, it's the movie town. That's where you make the pictures.
It's movie town. I live in movie town.
You do. Yeah.
I think it's funny that's the one that the 2 movies we decided to watch together when you were in town were Chip and Dale and Men. very
Yeah,
drastically
right.
different.
Very well.
Different.
Men was very last minute
Yeah,
because
we had nothing to do that day. We had nothing planned that
no,
day because we had plans later. So we are like, let's just go see a movie. And
yeah.
you went in pretty blind, didn't you?
I know had never saw a trailer. I just saw the poster, so I had no idea what
Yeah,
was going on. That's why when the actor, that main actor did such a fucking phenomenal job
yeah,
because,
he did.
and I think that was the best part about the movie because, and if you go in not knowing too, like you're like looking at it's once they go to the bar where
Hmm.
like then I'm like looking around and that's like far along in the movie. And once they're
Yeah,
at the bar,
that's when you realize.
I was like, wait a second. That's when I realized. Yeah, dude. Because the makeup is so good on him.
Yeah, and he's so
Shut up.
convincing in every role.
The makeup is yeah. So like when you see the main dude, like the likable one, I'll say, and then the creepy ass priest, everybody looks exactly like all the guys look exactly the same in this town. But it just threw because I had no idea where the movie was going.
Right.
It really threw me off, and I just didn't I didn't and the makeup was just so good. But yeah, it wasn't until they were at the bar where I was like, wait a second, huh? This guy's playing every single fucking part, isn't he?
Every man
And then
role.
that's when everything started clicking in the head. It was like, oh shit, she's going through some weird psychotic breakdown.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. So if you see Men, let us know what you thought and what your favorite part was, I guess. Or
I know
Chippendale,
my favorite.
whichever one you saw.
Yeah, right. I know my favorite part of Men was the beginning when he's like showing her around the house
Mhm.
and just his like thick British accent. It reminded me of Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
Because he's just like the shit that he said was just so funny.
He's
And
like so
just, like,
kind
so
and so endearing, but it's almost like unnervingly endearing. It's like,
unnerving.
yeah.
Exactly. You
Very,
don't
very,
like, yeah, you do
very
not
good.
trust him.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
did like the editing too, because them going back and forth from like her relationship to, but then once it kept on going back to that, like I just got it. It was like, okay, it's
Yeah.
about just it's
about,
basically just
reliving trauma and never
men
letting
suck.
it go. It's gonna keep going.
Reliving
Yeah.
yep. Reliving trauma, men suck, and yeah, and
Yeah.
manginas.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll probably see another fucked up movie next time you're here, hopefully. Well, that's all the news I have for today. It's pretty good. Feels good to be back.
Right?
Hopefully we don't wait 6 weeks between episodes.
Yeah, right.
That's my fault though, because I literally have just been unmotivated to set everything up and do it. That's on me. If you have anyone to yell at for why we've been gone, it's all on me, because Justin's been the one who's texting me, hey, let's do it this day, and then I'm like, actually I can't. So
yeah.
So we'll get back on track.
Well, I've been busy with work too, so like it's no big deal.
Yeah. Well,
alrighty,
that's
dude.
our episode. Make sure you follow us on social media. Find us wherever you want. Justin's online. I'm online. Our podcast is online. So if you're watching us, hello. It was nice to see you. If you're listening to us, hello. It was good that you're here. I don't know. Share this show with your friends. Let us know what you're looking forward to, and we'll see you guys again next week, I believe. Hopefully, not a month from now.
Yes.
Because the last 2 episodes have been like month to month apart.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we've missed it, and we've missed you. Hopefully you missed us and you take us with arms wide open.
Yeah, no, just you can if you want to see, I do movie reviews on Instagram. It's that's so Justin. It's 5 O's, I believe.
Links are in description.
Yeah, and I also do that's where I update everybody on when I do shows and stuff like that. And yeah, so that's pretty much that's how you can find out what the hell I'm doing all the time.
Woo!
Let's
cool.
go.
We'll see everyone next week. Goodbye,
Bye.
Justin.
Bye. Adios, Elijah.